Welcome back, family, to Team Ohana's Back Issue Book Club. My name is Greg.
And I'm Rich. How's it going?
And I am in my car because I'm out and about doing errands with my family, but that's how dedicated I am to this podcast and this channel.
From one family to another.
Yes, and I apologize. I'm a little bit under the weather, so that's what you hear in my voice maybe. But this week we read the first 6 issues of the Court of Owls saga from Batman Volume 2 from 2011, written by Scott Snyder, and Greg Capullo did the art.
Correct.
We read issues 1 through 6, and I liked it.
I liked it a lot too. Real quick before we get into this, though, I would like to point out anybody who's listening to this on the podcast, thank you for joining. But remember, we also have a YouTube channel where you can actually see this. Anybody watching this on the YouTube channel, remember, this is also available as a podcast, so you can drive and listen at the same time. So don't forget to cross, and check all up. Yeah, there we go. Yes, be little worker bees and spread your DNA across our different formats.
Yes, please. I'm asking, I'm begging. But yes, so this was pretty gritty. It was a pretty gritty take.
It was, and there are times where it started to get to my level of deepness. So, like, I don't want a comic book to be overly sophisticated. If I feel like I'm
okay.
Because I grew up reading comics. That's about the level of my reading intellect. So if it starts to get too in depth, it's beyond me. It makes me feel like I was, like way over my head when I was trying to read Chaucer and Shakespeare and stuff like that back in high school. But this was approaching some of the levels that I'm like, okay, if it gets much more intellectual than this, I'm too stupid for it,
What was there a specific one that you can remember?
No, I have just in general.
Okay. I liked that. I liked the writing. I thought the writing was good from Scott Snyder. I liked Batman felt authentic. Like, I feel like that based on everything I've watched, seen, read over my 36 years or whatever, it seemed true to this comic about how he behaved, about, when he was talking about, like, I know the Court of Owls. It's not them. It's not them. They're not real. They're not real. I researched them. We got
first thing as a kid.
That was a cool addition to the origin of his story,
It was.
So, and the book did a really good job of making me feel like, oh God, they are watching, like. So.
And they took a lot of the characteristics of owls and incorporated them into how it would be against Batman. I mean, the one obvious one is that owls eat bats. So
yes.
But how they don't make their own nest, they just inhabit somebody else's. And
that whole 13th floor thing was really fascinating. Yep. I really like that. The way they explained people coming to the city, bringing their folklore and tall tales with them, and I don't know, it was really well done. I thought I liked that part a lot.
What did you think of Capullo's art?
I don't like. It's good. I think he excels when it's not just regular human people. Like, I think his art is not. I think it's amazing when he's like Batman and monsters and fights and crazy stuff. But when it was just Bruce Wayne talking to Lincoln March.
Oh, you mean Clone? Because I couldn't tell the two apart.
Very, very similar. And even Dick looked very, very, very similar to Bruce. Okay. Just a little smaller maybe, but
But you had the same complaint that I did, that I'm like, is it two Bruce Waynes? Could he draw them a little bit differently?
Yeah, That's why I think I don't like it when it's just like normal people, but I think when he draws other stuff, it's cool. It's really good. Um, Todd McFarlane says he's a better illustrator of Spawn than Todd McFarlane himself is. So that's an interesting little tidbit.
Snyder's writing, though, I've yet to see something that he's written that I just don't like.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what else I've read by him. I know he did the that firefighter story that was hot, a couple pun intended, a few months ago that got optioned, and he does Noctera
Mm-hmm.
and a handful of stuff. He's one of those all-star guys right now. So, yeah.
So this run of Batman, from what I saw, goes up to a lot of issues for a newer run.
52,
Not,
I think.
yeah, it's not. Oh, that's right, because it's a new 52.
Yeah.
It's not 10 issues and stop it and then do a new one, and we got another number one, and we get people buying the book.
Yeah.
The Quarter of Owls only goes for 12 issues.
The initial, yeah, there's a couple of Owl sagas arcs, but this initial one, yeah. So,
did you suspect Nightwing when they uncovered his DNA, or
when I first read that, I was like, who's he talking about? And then I saw in the background DNA match, Robin, or not Robin, Nightwing, Dick Grayson, that's his name.
And Bruce doesn't totally trust Dick Grayson or anybody except for Alfred.
Yeah, if you notice, like he was saying, name, current position, level of clearance,
high,
and it would be like high, and then Alfred, yeah, highest,
yeah.
I noticed that for sure. But that's Batman, he survived because of that, I would say. I definitely don't understand. No, I do understand why. I was just thinking about the very beginning when it looked like he was fighting alongside Joker, but he did it to find out. The the mole, I guess, in Arkham.
Yeah, which makes me wonder where the actual Joker was during that.
It's true. I don't know, but that reminds me, I loved the dialogue that Jim Gordon had when he was like, "Leave the signal on," even though he's not coming.
Yeah,
he's not coming. I know he's not, but it's a symbol to the rest of the city. Either if you're a good guy, hope someone's there, or if you're a bad guy, watch the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I mean, I don't know. This was 2011, so I think this predates the Dark Knight and that trilogy, correct?
I don't think so, because I remember I was going into college when the first one came out in 2005.
Okay, so right about the same time.
I think 2008 was the Dark Knight, and maybe 2011 was the third.
So if the second one, the Dark Knight, was 2008, it predates this by 3 years, and they use that scene kind of in the Dark Knight. So I'm wondering if this scene in the comic book was actually copying that a bit.
Probably.
When the female detective comes up to the rooftop and James Gordon is up there with the bat signal, and she says, "I don't think he's coming," and he's like, "Oh, yeah, but they don't know that." Sometimes I just like to remind people that he's around, and you see the criminals like look up and see the signal, like, nah, not tonight, nah, forget it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that makes sense totally. So, I mean,
and I don't read a lot of Batman. Maybe that was a scene that they had back in 1950 in the comic books. I don't know.
That's true too. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to completely reinvent the wheel every time.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not complaining about it, but it's just
no. I'm just wondering where the origin of it was.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I liked it a lot. It was interesting. At this time, Tim was Red Robin.
Yum.
There's a Red Robin right over there.
That's actually how me and Mrs. Ohana make sure that we find each other if we get separated in a store. One of us will yell Red Robin and the other one goes Yum. Because too many people go Marco Polo. If you yell Marco in a store, 12 people will yell out Polo. But if you yell out Red Robin, everybody's like, what? What the Red Robin? And one person yells out Yum. Okay, she's that way.
That's so funny.
You got to come up with your own catchphrase, man.
Yeah.
Plus, down in Georgia, there are no Red Robins. So nobody knows what the heck we're talking about.
That's really effective then. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You're up in Virginia where there's a Red Robin.
Yeah. But yeah, he had the whole Robin crew with Dick, Tim, and Damien right there. So
yep,
that was cool to see.
All high levels, and I'm actually surprised that there weren't like high level 1, level 2, level 3. I would have put Dick Grayson at high level 1, in my opinion.
I think I would put Dick and Tim both at that, and then Damien maybe 1 down because he's still kind of like working his way up. So
yeah, because when that scene opened up and I saw him fighting with the Joker, I'm like, when did the Joker get to be such a great fighter?
Yeah,
like, damn,
like doing backflips and stuff, and
then when he sees him in the Batcave, it's like, wow, are you practicing brooding? And I actually heard that in like Mark Hamill's voice,
I guess the rumors are true. I'm actually surprised, or what do you say? I'm impressed, or something like that. And then he was like, did the whole like Minority Report thing with like the computer actually showing up, and yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, and it's in later on finding out that he installed a 3D camera or whatever so he could project a holographic image of the morgue in his back cave. He's like, well, it saves time. I'm there so often,
Yeah. And it's got the level of detail where you could be like, check his back left molar.
Yeah. How did you see that? I'm in 4K. You're not. Anyway.
I actually have better resolution here than in person.
Yeah.
It's like watching sports on TV.
I can zoom it in,
Right.
But overall, though, I really did enjoy the story, though. I'm looking forward to it going forward. I didn't buy into I've been beaten within an inch of my life, and I can't even move. And but wait, here's my great grandfather. Oh, wait, now I have the strength. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. I'm sorry. He would have already gone through all of his adrenaline rushes over the prior week that he's been gone.
Yeah. I mean, he did get messed up.
Mm-hmm. That came across as like, World Wrestling. I can't say WWF. It's not WWF. WWE.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's drama, right? It's like
yeah.
So he doesn't have superpowers, but he kind of does in a way.
Yeah. And those warriors, those talons are apparently disposable. They've got more weighting.
Yeah, we found out at the very end that that room full of coffins, I guess, are all the past ones that have been discarded.
Yeah. I thought they were ones waiting to be awoken.
Guess we'll find out.
I still don't know how he's able to survive a 30-story drop onto a car and.
Yeah.
Is he, got some kind of a exoskeleton suit? Is he dead already and kind of like one of the Night Sister zombies from Ahsoka? I don't know what we're dealing with here. I really don't.
That's true. Yeah, I don't either.
But we got 12 more issues to find out.
Yeah, what'd you think about like there was a little girl, right? Who was the owl that was like, beat him more and more and more.
Yeah, but her arms look emaciated. It was, I don't know if it was just drawn that way or they were trying to say that,
I don't know.
There's a little girl that lives in underneath a staircase and isn't fed. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. I really want to find out who those owls are. I hope we do in the next 6.
Yeah, and is there some kind of a hallucinogen that everybody's using, or is this totally occult? I don't know.
Yeah, I had a
Um,
little bit of time just discerning when was dreams or hallucinations and not sometimes. So
so a lot of people have said that they would like to see this adapted to film in the next uh, Batman movie. I personally don't see this adapting well to a movie, not from what I've seen so far.
we'll see. Yeah, that's the rumor there. That's what they're gonna do. So
It's supposed to be the Court of Owls and Hush, from what I've understood. But again, I don't know if, from what I've seen in the first six issues, if this will translate the way I think it should.
I certainly feel like it would be a different tone than the last movie.
Yeah.
Which would be a good thing for me and you, I think.
So do you want to give what we've read so far a rating?
Yes, I've formulated one prior to this rather than on the spot.
Well, I went first with the 8 billion genies, and then I had to duck your gunfire. But you get to go first so far for the first 6.
I'm going to go with an 8.
Close.
I
I
really
was going to
liked
go.
it.
I'm going 7.5. So we're right on the same page today. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I really liked it. I was engrossed in the story. I was feeling what the books wanted me to feel, which is always a good sign for me when I can buy into the book.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's why I liked it a lot.
I'm looking forward to the next six issues. I'm probably not going to wait for next weekend to read it. So, because I like to read it right before the show, so this way it's fresh in my mind. I might have to read it a second time to refresh it, but I want to know what the heck is going on. There's too many questions, and that's a good thing.
Yes, absolutely.
If the book is leaving you wanting to read more, then it's done its job.
Yeah, totally.
And speaking of reading more, we had 2 homework assignments this week.
Kill your darlings.
Mm-hmm. We were going to start, not just because Back Issue Book Club, we're trying to evolve it a little bit, where we're not only going to talk about something from the past, we're going to start reading something from now and
From the
continue
present.
reading it. Yes.
Because it's a gift.
Ha 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 ha. I can't remember what movie that's from, too.
Like 12. There's a lot. People use that one a lot. Yes. Our buddy and patron Jason Doyle suggested we pick up or start reading Kill Your Darlings, and I was like, how can we do that? Because I felt like one book, it would only come out once a month, so that would be hard to do. So why don't we piggyback it on every 4 episodes or something like that? So that's what we're going to do.
All right. So did you do your homework?
I did, teacher. I read it.
Okay, me too. I actually read it before I read the Batman books. Well,
cool.
It's one copy, so I was like, let me just get this out of the way.
Fair. What'd you think?
I like it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Stray Dogs. The same flavor of, it's a kid's story. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's not.
That's a good point.
Don't let your kids see this and go, oh, it's a kid playing with the dolls. No, it's not.
Yeah, so we're introduced. I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh, this is cool. I see colors everywhere and stuffed animals and a lot of very different from the cover. So I knew something was afoot right away.
I can really appreciate this alternate cover though.
Stegman cover there. Yep.
Yeah, with the animals. Oof.
So this girl has an intense imagination, clearly, and she's in a war with the kingdom of squirrels?
Slither?
They look like squirrels or chipmunks or something.
No, but I think it was like King Slither. but
Yeah.
but he was a rat.
Oh, he was a rat. Okay.
Well, I thought he was a rat. Maybe it was a squirrel.
Doesn't matter.
Hold the line.
Yeah. It was funny. It was fun and funny. And then we get back to reality where she's talking to her mom, and apparently her mom's dealing with like bills or debt collectors or something like that. And she's trying to shield her from it because she was like, "What do we talk about espionage? You know, you're not supposed to be listening in."
Oh, her mom is so supportive.
Yes, it's a great. That's a great. Um, that's how I try to be with my kid, and it's not always easy because you're dealing with bullshit like she's dealing with, and you got to put a face on, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah, I love the like Rose. What did we say about espionage?
right,
Did we say we liked it? Cute. No, how's the war effort going? You know?
yeah, exactly. So she goes to she's like the war raged late into the night, and it's like 8 p.m. and she asks if she can leave her lava lamp on for 5 minutes, and so she does, and then I try to. At some point, she goes to school and she's talking with her buddy about how like they need help on with the war effort, and he's like, "Why don't we ever do my things?" And she's like, "Cause you suck. Mine are good."
Yeah, I think, and he's playing like some Pokemon Dungeons and Dragons type of card game
Yeah,
where you have to, you want to get the most powerful card. It's like $100. You should really ask your mom.
that's right. He was talking about Charizard essentially from Pokemon,
Yeah, okay.
and
uh,
so
but real early on though, when she her mom is obviously having a real tough time with bills. She must
yeah,
be behind on stuff. She got bills all over the table. She's trying to make phone calls, I guess, trying to get extensions.
right.
And her daughter just goes and like yanks this massive piece of aluminum foil, which if anybody's been shopping lately knows that aluminum foil is not cheap.
That's what that was. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
and well, that's why she made these silver flaming, silver fire or whatever,
Oh,
which is kept in her castle and guarded by her greatest warriors. But her mom's like, "Don't rip all of that." Like I can't really yell at her. I'm just trying to support her. I'll just go without something else.
yeah, yeah. Um, I'm trying to remember how do we get to? Oh, she comes home from school. She's like,
After
"Mom,
walking home with her friend, and her
she's
friend
like,
must live
Mom, I'm
across the
home. I'm
street.
home."
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she's exhausted. We think she's exhausted from work because it shows the apron from the place that she works on the side, a whole ashtray full of cigarettes, some still smoldering.
yeah. And I was like, "Oh, this is like a Flashpoint situation where Barry comes home and sees his mom all murdered."
Mm.
Um, but did we see her? We didn't see the mother after
Die?
that, right?
No,
Yeah,
no, we actually don't see her at all.
yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if I was missing that, but we see all the in reality stuffed animals ripped up and
Yeah,
strewn about.
and her map of her kingdom has now been redrawn, showing all the trails of blood, all her army decapitated, and her standing over it, the same as she did before. And I'm like, this is getting really dark. And the really great thing I like about this story is it's doing it without words.
Yeah,
It's doing a lot of it with just the imagery and letting you write your own story.
and it flashes like reality, and then the same scene in her mind, or
Mm-hmm.
what we're led to believe is in her mind, as real gory. And it keeps going back and forth and back and forth. And I was like, oh man, this girl's being traumatized right now.
I still don't know how old this is going to link to the opening couple pages showing a witch being burned, a kid being burned for
Oh
witchcraft
yeah,
from
I almost
early,
forgot about
early
that.
on. And I'm like, Agatha? No, no.
She's not
It
blind.
was Agatha all along.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. But yeah, first couple pages, like you said, the parents willingly allow their daughter to be burned,
Mm-hmm.
and then boom, back to our new story.
Yeah.
So
It turns out that the house burns down. Her mother is still inside, we assume, because everybody's like, "Where's your mom? Where's your mom?" And
Yep.
the only, of course, the fire inspector is going to say it started from that smoldering ashtray with that must have gotten knocked over while she was sleeping.
True. That's probably why they showed it.
Yeah. Um, I don't know anything about the girl's father, if
Nope.
he's alive or divorced or anything, or if she's going to be with other people in the neighborhood, just stay with them with child services. I don't know. Um, but
Yeah.
we had this immense evil that
Oh, yeah.
from the cave, which
Yeah.
is actually the cave is shown on the cover.
That's right.
I mean,
Wow.
the
Yeah.
cover looks like an interesting picture until you read the book and then go back and look at the cover and go, there's the trails of blood. There's the girl trying to figure out where it's coming from. There's the cave. Holy crap. This is actually revealing so much and you don't even know it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Now, how
Good
many
point.
issues is this story?
That's a great question.
Um, I can see
I'm
if
gonna
I
rely
can.
on you
Okay, because
because I don't want to change my phone.
not a problem. There, I had to just open up a second window. No, not the 2013 drama romance starring Daniel Radcliffe. Not that.
No. No. No.
Comic. Okay, happy. Happy dear. Uh, hmm. Continue to talk while I look this up.
Okay. So usually I feel like these start out as like an a 4, an 8, or like a 12 or 10 issue miniseries. But I think it, I wonder if books are always like have a stipulation if they cross this threshold of sales, then it gets changed into a uh not maybe not unlimited series, but another run or something. Because I know.
Kind of like House of Slaughter, or because I mean they copied enough. They definitely sold enough copies of Stray Dogs, and they came out with another storyline, but that didn't go
Mhm.
anywhere.
No. But I'm trying to remember. I know when I first got into comics, Swamp Thing was starting, and Ram V wrote that, and it went 12 issues, and it was planned for 12. Like it said, of 12 on the cover, and then it sold so well that they kept going. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, what was it the something's killing the children? I don't know if they were counting on that going as far as it did. It went, and that might have been why they paused at issue number 15 and had a break so they get caught up and write some more stuff.
I'm sure. I mean, it's got to be tough to have something pump out every month.
I'm not seeing anything about it being a limited series. I don't know.
Okay, well, there's definitely potential here. Um, I'm curious to see if it's gotten a lot of buzz, right? Like people are pretty pumped up about it.
I believe so. Seeing reviews, I'm seeing it's a new book. I don't see anything about like the first of 8 or 12 or I'm going to just try one more thing here, and that'll be cover price. See if my boys over at Cover Price can help us out here. While I'm doing this, I'm just going to say, what did you think of that nice big wood sword that she pulled out?
Yes, at first it shows us in her imagination, and that looked dope. It looked like the levels of what was that book we read about the father with amnesia? That we really liked.
The old, no, the something gods, old, not,
Yes, that one,
yeah.
the one by Donny Cates, where like the father like has to fight. But anyway, that was a badass sword, and that's kind of what I imagined when she pulled it out. And then it takes you back to reality, and she's got like this cardboard sword, and I was like, man, this is great. This is totally what kids do, and what I did as a kid and stuff. So
I see pre-releases of 2 and 3, and it says "Kill Your Darlings" 3 issues, but that might be because that's all they have to report on. But when I saw that sword, it reminded me of this movie I watched last night called Blue Beetle.
you watched Blue Beetle?
I did.
Okay.
You said just real quick, you said that you said it was about as enjoyable as the first Shazam movie.
Yeah.
I liked it much better than that.
Oh, good.
I thought that the level of serious and comedy was at a proper level through the entire film. It didn't feel like it was going through, like Batman serious and then goofy comedy the entire time. It was a proper level. Like
Yeah.
everything was believable. And the cast that they picked for the Hispanics, perfect. I love Nana. Don't mess with Nana. Nana, someday we'll have to tell you about her times during the revolution. Yeah. The music was excellent in that. That they picked for it. It was. I liked it a lot. That was one of my favorite DC movies so far.
Oh, good. Yeah, I recently threw it up like in the background when I was doing stuff, and I was like, I got to the part where spoilers. I got to the part where he like meets his dad again in like the other world or whatever, and that was just like a really sweet scene that got me teary-eyed a second time again. So
yeah,
it was well done. I liked it a lot.
And that was also really well done too, well filmed and everything.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so I guess that's an ongoing until it starts to suck in sales.
Yeah, I
Kill
see
Your
critics
Darlings.
ratings got a 9.3, user ratings load sometime today would be nice. Well, user ratings only an 8.6, so but it's still pretty good. And it just says a new epic begins from debut writers Ethan S. Parker and Griffin Sheridan. No matter what website I look at, that's exactly what it says. It doesn't say a 10 issue, 8 issue, 6 issue. It's just a new epic begins.
Okay.
So maybe this might just continue going. And if so, is this the next Something is Killing the Children?
Oh, please.
Well, if it is, just say it's not going to hit those kind of values. Because Something is Killing the Children did, nobody bought it when it first came out. This one everybody's talking about with issue number 1.
Dang it.
So it'll be much lower printed. I mean, well, much higher printed than the low print of Something is Killing the Children. That being said, it still could be it should. I think it's already more than the $3.99 cover price, so don't worry about that.
What would you give it out of 10?
I really like this. I'm gonna go 8.5.
I'm gonna stick with 8.
Even keel Greg today, man. Even keel Greg.
Yeah. Something about being in the car, man.
Why would you rate your car? It's an 8.
It's an 8.
How's the weather today? It's an 8.
No. It's very, very gray and cloudy.
So it's a 10.
No.
Yes, if it was a sunny, beautiful day, you'd be in a park. You wouldn't be able to do this video. It's a rainy day. They're inside a mall. You're recording a video.
Fair.
Man reasoning. My man reasoning.
Mansplaining the reasoning.
Yes, to another man.
Right. I thought this was good, really good, great start. I am a little averse always to uh, a lot of gore and violence or whatever, but
All you saw was teddy bears, man. Come on, the toys.
yeah, but it's also just like a general like scare. Um,
Oh, you flickered there for a second.
yeah, I noticed that. Am I good?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. But so was Stray Dogs, and that ended up being just phenomenal.
Yes.
So
And that
um,
was just as tense and to a point gory.
yeah, that's why I'm. So I just want to be honest and open and upfront with myself, with you guys as well. This could change, but right now it's an 8 for me.
I think you're going to be okay. This seems to have the kind of writing, and I could tell from other things in the book, where it lets your mind take it to the extreme of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So I think that they're going to, the way that they're doing this, it seems like they're going to insinuate or show partial or out of, or not show at all, and let you, the reader, formulate your own worst case scenario. So just as long as you stay out of my mind, you're fine.
Just wear like a tinfoil hat when I'm reading.
Yeah.
No interference.
She used all the tinfoil, though. She used all the tinfoil, so.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So I'm really looking forward to next week, though. Well, no, not next week, because now we have to wait a month for this.
Yeah.
Oh, probably 2 weeks. This came out a couple weeks ago, so.
That's true too. Yes. But next week we are going to be covering the second 6 issues of Batman Court of Owls. So we both look forward to that. Should we wrap it up?
Please.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you rate, subscribe, leave comments wherever you listen to podcasts. Also on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/TeamOhana for $3 a month. You get this podcast much earlier than the public. You get to suggest things that we read for the podcast. Both of these were a suggestion from our patrons. Tonight we're having our monthly Patreon get together where you're going to pull books from my pull box and I'll ship them to you every 3 months. So at least 3 books at a time. I will ship your way every 3 months or every 4 months. Every 3 months. Anyway, free books. And whenever we do a Remember Me video, you'll get an extra pick from each of us instead of just 4 total. You'll get 6 total. Exclusive to the Patreon. You also get to pick an extra book on New Comic Book Day if your name is chosen in the raffle. Which
every week on.
I feel like 50% of the time it's like a patron that comes out on top with that. So you have a good chance of essentially getting $12 worth of stuff free plus the $5+ shipping for paying $3 a month. So that's a good deal. Check us out on our Etsy in the links for merch if you want to show that off. Don't forget to wear your merch if you're going to the Cartersville Comic Con to Rich's booth. Get
a free mystery slab. I'm going to have a box of mystery slabs for sale. And if you show up wearing a hat or shirt from Team Ohana, just showing the love and the support of the channel, I'm going to tell you pick one for free.
There you go. So that's an awesome deal. Anything else?
No, that's it. As soon as we wrap this up, I'm going to record the FOC video and get that up on YouTube. So that'll actually be up before this will. And then,
don't spend
Tuesday is. Yeah, no, I know. Tuesday, we'll be watching episode 5, the penultimate episode of Ahsoka, and recording the watch along for our Patreon viewers.
I forgot about that. Yeah, our watch-alongs. Whatever shows we're watching, we put them up there with our reactions. Put a time clock at the top so you can start your copy when we start ours, and it's like we're all watching together. So that's a cool thing too. We do on there.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I'm done.
Okie dokie. Until we see you guys in the next episode, mahalo.